In this video, we paint some Tiny Epic Power Armor. I'm going to start with a brush prime of Vallejo Game Color Ghost Gray. The Vallejo Game Color line works as a primer that you can brush on, and this is just to help the later layers of paint adhere better to something than the bare plastic. I'm going to do this over 2 coats, and it's going to look terrible. That's okay. We're going to paint over all of it later. All right, our main base coat color is going to be Enchanted Blue. I shook this pot really well, transferred some paint to my palette, watered it down a little bit. I'm going to apply this in 2 or 3 thin coats. All right, since there's not a lot going on in this, I'm going to try to add some visual interest by taking this festering blue, which is a darker blue, and painting in some shadows of some areas that there would be shadows, like underneath here, underneath the arms. And I'm also going to pan align some of the other details just to create a visual separation between areas of similar color. You can do this if you want, you can do it as much as you want, or you could not do it at all. I'm going to come back to the blue in a bit, but I'm going to take this shining silver and I am going to apply it to some areas that I want to look metallic. This front plate here, these little nubs, the arms, a few bits on the legs and shoulders. Metallic paints have poor transparency. On the later power armors, I painted all these areas black first and then silver, and it helped a lot. Hideous Blue, which is a letter blue, and I'm going to do an edge highlight all over the power armor. And I'm just going to take my brush and run it along each edge just to give the impression of kind of light catching and glinting. Any area that there should be a line, or I think there should be a line, but there's no edge, I'm going to be just very careful, try to go slow and draw a straight edge with my brush. As you can see, I'm not very good at edge highlighting, but I think even the little bit that's there kind of gives it a little bit more of a pop. All right, to finish her off, we're going to take some non-oil, which is a wash, and we're going to paint it into these 2 pronounced recesses here right on the front. And then we're also going to very carefully dab it into these lines along this backpack just so that detail pops out a bit more. All right, I repeated that same process with all the power armors. I just swapped out the colors, but I had my mid-tone and then a darker one that I did some shadows and panel lining and then a highlight. The silver's all the same. The washes are the same, except on the orange guy, I used a brown wash instead of a black wash, just because I thought that would fit the tone a little bit better. There's not a lot of detail on these guys, but I think just a little bit of time and slapped on some paint, and they just add a nice little layer of kind of interest for when it is on the table. They're not going to win any painting awards, but when I'm playing the game, they're going to look pretty sweet. All right, that's how I hobbied lately. If you'd let me know how you've been hobbying down in the comments below, I would love to check it out.